Okay, thank you very much for your kind introduction. Hello, everyone. I'm Wenhao Li from Shandong University. Today, I'm excited to share our work, EMIRIS, eavesdropping on iris information electromagnetic side channel. Yes. Let's begin by understanding the hidden risks related to iris recognition technologies. Iris recognition technology is widely used in security-sensitive applications, including ID recognition, airport security, and bank ATM machines. It's considered one of the most secure biometric recognition systems due to its high entropy and stability. However, the near-infrared sensors in iris recognition devices emit electromagnetic signals during operation. These unintended emissions may expose sensitive information and create a security risk. Okay, based on this background, we propose our threat model. As shown here, an attacker places the receiving antenna to capture EM emissions from the near-infrared sensor while scanning iris from the victim. In this scenario, the attacker has no physical access to the device and has no prior knowledge of the victim and can only capture EM signals at the distance. We do a preliminary experiment here to achieve this attack. We use a USRP and a directional antenna to collect these signals, and we use near-infrared sensor to capture the iris of victim. By processing these EM signals, the attacker can reconstruct the iris information shown in the right figure. Here we can see the reconstructed iris has a high similarity with the original iris. Okay, let's introduce our methodology. We model the iris reconstruction using this equation. On the left, we see the reconstructed iris grayscale matrix. And on the right, this equation defines how to map EM signals to iris data. This mapping happens in two steps. First, MD functions shown here maps digital signal from near-infrared sensor into iris matrix based on the device format. And step two, ME functions maps EM signal to iris matrix based on the iris data transmission pattern. Since MD function is well defined for most near-infrared sensors, we can derive ME function based on this knowledge. Let's take a look at this example. This figure shows how EM emissions align with the digital transmission of iris data. As we can see here, the pixel intensity will affect EM amplitude, and we convert these amplitude variations into grayscale values. And then we map these values into iris matrix according to MD function mentioned before. Once we get results, we segment and normalize the iris data to show the patterns. In this way, we can see the feature similarity between the reconstructed iris and the ground truth more easily. As we can see here, the reconstruction captures the main texture of the original iris, but this kind of result is not clear enough. So we need to further improve iris details and make it look more realistic. First, to obtain a better iris image, we first reduce noise in the EM signals. In the equation shown here, WF denotes the noise captured by the channel and other external factors. We optimize signals in two ways. In digital domain, we enhance signal quality by using a single carrier frequency domain equalization. In physical domain, we use low noise amplifiers to improve the signal-to-noise ratio. And second, to further enhance iris structures, we apply some simple image processing techniques on the raw iris image. First, we use labeling and Sobel filters to highlight edges and key structures. After that, we use dynamic histogram equalization, DHE algorithm, to enhance the construct to highlight more details. To further denoise the iris data and make the reconstruction results look more realistic, we introduce the diffusion model. This figure shows a classic diffusion model learns to generate high-quality images by first adding Gaussian noise in a forward process and then denoising it through a reverse process to recover the original structure. Sorry, this slide has error. I tried to solve this before, but this is not a prior. This is a condition. So sorry for that. We consider the diffusion model as a prior and integrate with the HQS, half-quadratic splitting, to formulate iris reconstruction as a joint optimization program, not just from the pure noise. In other words, our initial reconstruction of the iris is a condition that guides the diffusion model to denoise the right direction. This method ensures that the final results retain realistic details while staying close to the initial iris structure. In more detail, we use HQS to enforce consistency between X and the captured EM-based iris reconstruction. Here, we introduce a sub-iteration between xt and xt-1. This sub-iteration includes two steps. First, we optimize ZT to stay close to xt to ensure consistency. Here, PZX are prior to guide the model to generate an image that matches the real iris pattern. We then update x minus 1 by second equation. In this equation, we enforce x to stay close to ZT. Here, y denotes the initial iris reconstructed from EM signals. This step ensures that the generated iris align with the expected feature distribution. By repeating these steps, we can gradually refine the iris image and enhance its structure and quality. So this is a prior, not this condition. So here are the details of our model training. We use over 46,000 iris images from 4 different data sets to ensure diversity. Other key training settings are listed here, including optimizer, number of epochs, and diffusion steps. Now let's take a look at our evaluation. The left figure shows our experimental setup. We built a simple iris capture model by using a near-infrared sensor and a single-board computer, and we use the USRP to capture EM signals. The right figure shows the iris reconstruction results. As we can see, the reconstructed iris has a high similarity with the ground truth. In addition, we can see from the segmented iris that the results have similar features to the ground truth. We also tested the tech performance when using different near-infrared sensors. To measure quality, we use SSIM, Structural Similarity Index measure, which tells us how similar the reconstructed iris is to the original iris. The higher the value, the better. We also use the FID, which tells us how well the generated iris image matches the real iris image. The lower the value, the better. We can see that EMIRIS performs well under different conditions for both SSIM and FID. In this section, we test whether our reconstructed iris can bypass iris recognition models. We evaluate 5 different iris reconstruction models with varying architectures, and we achieve them by ourselves. The results are shown here. On the left, we have the ROC curves for different models to show their performance, and on the right, we show the spoofing success rate. We can see that EMIRIS can effectively spoof different iris recognition models. Next, we shift the target of the attack from the single platform mentioned before to a commercial iris recognition device like this. And we use USRP to receive the EM emissions. As you can see, the results are still quite alarming. Our methods successfully recover iris details across different commercial devices. So what can we do to defend against the EMIRIS? One potential solution is to use advanced EM shielding materials in device cables and enclosures to minimize EM leakage. As shown in the right figure, the effectiveness of an attack is reduced when EM shielding is present. In particular, mental time materials will be more effective in blocking EM leakage. However, our method has a major limitation. We only reconstruct 2D iris image currently. Since leafness detection checks features like pupil response and blinking, our attack cannot bypass these checks at this time. But to overcome this, we plan to explore advanced biometric spoofing methods such as bionic eyes and specialized contact lens as a way to bypass leafness detection. Okay, thank you all for your time and attention. If you would like to discuss our work further, please feel free to contact us by email, and I'm happy to take any questions and discussions.
All right, so yeah, Wenhao is first author of this paper, that's why you can ask any question, yeah.
Oh, great. Thank you for the talk. And how scalable is this attack? So it seems like while transmitting the sensor signal, there is some side channel that is exposed as an EM signal.
Yes.
So this can be applied to every like iris sensors, or is there any specific type that this attack can be like applied, or any like you can just apply it for any?
I cannot see it can apply to every near-infrared sensors, but for most near-infrared sensors, it can work. We choose almost 10 models of the 5 models of the near-infrared sensors and test it in our paper. You can see our paper. You can see the near-infrared sensor model.
Okay, so is this the vulnerability resides in the near-infrared sensor, or somewhat like while transferring that sensor data?
Yeah, while transferring.
Okay, so then maybe the way to transmit it has some vulnerability, so that if the technique for delivering the sensor data itself to the backend changes, then maybe there can be another issues, I guess.
Yeah, yes.
So you said that like you measure 10 devices, but maybe or those have like same way to transfer the?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. For most near-infrared sensors, they use the same patterns to transmission.
Okay, so it's not encrypted, or like it's mostly uses the same technique to do it.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your talk, and I have a lead question. What do you think is the main radiation source in the iris sensors, and what kind of cable do you think is the main radiation source, the digital cable?
Yeah, we tested by the directional antenna to target every part of the near-infrared sensor, and we found the cables has a high amplitude of the EM signals.
The analog signal or the digital signal?
EM signal, the amplitude of EM signal. So we can see the cable has a high EM signals than other parts.
Okay, what kind of frequency about this signal?
It's different for different near-infrared sensor. We list in our paper.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you for a nice talk. I'm curious about the attacking distance. What is the distance between the antenna and the sensor?
2 meters for now, but not really, but not very good.
2 meters.
Yeah, 2 meters.
Oh, that's a very, very large distance.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah. Last thanks to speaker again. Yeah.
Thank you.